My Vote Rocks.
Hello and welcome to My Vote Rocks, the show that's been really giving you a sense of what young India is thinking in the run-up to the elections. We're also trying to get them all to register, to vote and to go out and actually vote. But we're trying to find out what they think about a variety of issues. And today, we are going to be taking a look at the crucial question of law and order and safety and the police and how do they actually feel about many of these areas. So thank you all so much for being with us here, and we have an absolutely great panel of guests who are joining us, sitting right next to me out here. Neeraj Kumar, former Police Commissioner of Delhi. It's great, sir, to have you with us once again. Anuja's there, Anuja Chauhan, author, ad woman, all those books that you've been writing, of course, all of you have read, so it's great to have you with us. We've got Pinky sitting there, Pinky Anand, who's a senior advocate, Supreme Court, member of the BJP's National Executive too. Pinky, great to have you with us. And we are joining us from Chandigarh is Randeep Singh Surjewala, Cabinet Minister in the Haryana government, member of the Congress Party. Thank you also, Randeep, for being with us. Let's first start off with the overall question. By and large, do you feel yourself safe? Do you feel yourself safe in the city? Ouch, that's a frightening number of red flags. Why aren't you safe?
Especially after the various amount of cases we encounter every day, the crimes you see, even around you, in the very vicinity of the college itself. So that kind of makes you like, are we actually being protected by any sort of police force or anything?
Who does feel safe? Here's somebody who feels safe.
If you want to be safe, you can be safe. Be enough strong to face every problem. See,
So it's a lot to do with how you yourself are handling your situation, making
Yes.
sure you don't get into an unsafe situation.
Yes.
Okay, you also feel safe?
Yeah, see, I think the basic problem is that awareness is a basic issue. Like, when I walk on the street, I do feel safe. But obviously, I won't feel safe if I'm walking at 4 o'clock in the night. So it depends a lot on the situation also, which is what I feel. Yeah.
Okay, can I just ask some of you? Mr. Neeraj Kumar, it's often been said that, there's a certain sense, I think the majority view, at least in this room, but it's 50-50, but or a little thereabouts, but a lot of people feeling, to some extent, unsafe. Is that a valid feeling, or do you think it's not a valid feeling?
I don't think it's a valid feeling. Most of us get up in the morning, we get ready, we go to our place of work or to our universities, we finish our work, come back home, and how many of us come to any harm? And even when our friend said that around the college he watches crime, what kind of crime do you watch? I really wonder.
What sort of crime do you watch?
Especially there was a murder case reported just about 50 meters from a college. So the entire family was actually murdered in a robbery case.
Okay.
No, so that was a murder in a house.
Yeah.
So you are a college student. That murder could have taken place anywhere in the city. You can never be murder-free. A society can never be murder-free. So if there is a murder taking place in a house close by, why should you feel unsafe?
I'll give you, let me just get some of the others, So, Pinky, the overall question of safety, and I have to throw one thing into the equation out here. In one area, I do think in India we are far safer than it comes to other places, is just the sort of help an average Indian will give you. And especially if you go to poor areas in large parts of the world, you are actually scared of the possibility of being mugged and robbed or whatever it is. Would you agree with that, broadly?
No, I agree with you. I think in Western countries, I have myself lived there for some time, and there are really occasions, mugging is a very big problem, and mugging somehow, that particular concept doesn't really happen in this country. But on talking about safety, I can tell you this, Vikram, that when starting out from the time when I was in college, right up till now, there is no sense of safety as such. On the other hand, this young friend of mine who was speaking about, you can make it safe, yes, but you have to watch out. You have to provide the necessary systems, you have to provide the necessary, safeguards. But the system itself, the government, the police, it is not these institutions in which we seem to have faith, and it is actually becoming worse because of the sensitivity of the people, considering the reporting, considering everything is now out in the open. Everybody is actually watching, whether it's issues like Nirbhaya, whether it is issues like Sarna's case. You are actually seeing what is going on in the society, and that makes you feel very vulnerable. And I'm afraid we haven't done enough to make society and the youngsters feel safe particularly in Delhi, I would say.
Randeep, what do you think on this?
Ours is a society where there is economic inequality. That's also a reason, principal reason for crime. Ours is also a society where there is patriarchy. Ours is also a society where violence in some form or the other is becoming a way of life. How many of us are rising against it?
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, there are systems in place. Yes, law has changed. Yes, law has responded to cases like Nirbhaya. But there cannot be a policeman behind every individual, and crime is a fact of life. So you have to be safe yourself. You have to rise to a situation, and society as a collectively, particularly the young, have to come forward to help each other.
Okay, let me get you in, Anja.
I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe because the police in my city tells me don't go out after 8 o'clock if you're a woman. I don't think that's right. If you're safe, you can only be safe if you're completely stifled. If you wear full sleeve clothing and you go out in cars with your own drivers, then maybe you're safe. For the amount of taxes I pay, I don't think I'm getting the amount of safety I require. I'm not very safe. If the elevator is going to work, if the flyover is going to stay intact, if the metro is going to land on time, all these things are a function which I am feeling very let down by. The message I get is, apni izzat, apne haath. Look after yourself, create a safe zone around yourself. Even if you're driving a car, all kinds of people could come at you, so drive sensibly, keep a safe space around you. It's all about me.